How's it going, everybody? It's a really nice, crisp day out today, so I'm going to take the E-flite PT-17 Stearman and we're going to do some flying. So after this, I have to pick up my daughter from school, so the back seat is off limits, but the Stearman does fit in the front seat with that front seat all the way back. Everything is starting to turn a nice green here, and there's the yellow biplane. It looks really good against that green grass. Now this plane is designed to fly on a 3S 2200 pack, and it is a scale flyer. It flies real slow, real easy, and it's a lot of fun to fly, but it's not going to fly real fast. It doesn't have unlimited vertical or anything like that, but it excels at being easy to fly and being slow. In fact, I think this would be a nice aileron trainer. So I have no plans to upgrade this to a 4-cell system. I don't think it needs it. I like it just the way it is. Unlike the Commander, which I think did benefit from going to 4 cells, that really brought that plane alive, and it probably should have been 4 cells from the beginning. This one is much better, I think, where it's at. I think they designed it nicely. Tons of wing, tons of lift, can go really slow, and just a ton of fun to fly. Now, when I first flew this plane, it was a little tail heavy, nothing devastating, but slightly tail heavy, and I did trim that out, and now I've added the trim mechanically just by changing the clevis on the push rod, and I'll show you where that's at. But the plane didn't need any other trim, and you know, you could add some weight to the nose, you could add an ounce, and then kind of keep adding until you get the sweet spot, or you could add a heavier battery up front. So there are some things you could do, but I'm just going to fly with the 3S 2200 pack with that elevator trimmed mechanically for some down elevator. And it's flying so well right now, I don't feel any big need to change the way things are. There are a few things with the assembly that are a little bit quirky, and after I finish flying it, at the end of the video, I'll go over that if you're interested. So I've got that 3S pack all the way forward right there. And this just shows you guys the amount of down elevator I have trimmed into it on the push rod. All right, I'm just gonna fly it around, do a bunch of takeoffs and landings, and just have some fun with it. So let me just slow this down for you guys. It really does nice hammerheads. Flies really nice inverted. So you know, basic sport aerobatics are easy with this. See, that's good power, you know. It's not ballistic, it's not like a 4-cell system, but it's not bad. Let's just check out the stall with this guy. Well, nothing bad there. No bad habits on the stall. This plane is really locked in nicely. All right, let's bring it by full throttle. And right about there, peters out. So you get a little vertical, and then it kind of peters out. Don't roll over. There we go. It's a little rough down there. All right, well, there was some flying with the PT-17 Stearman. Really nice flying airplane, real easy to fly, stable. Like I said, I think it's a good aileron trainer, and it does have good power. You know, it's got plenty of power for a 3S system, and definitely a lot of fun to fly. So let me go ahead and talk about the build real quick, because there are a few points that get kind of sticky and are a little bit odd. Okay, so the first thing is the landing gear. It looks good, it's got some nice detail to it. It's even got some spring action going on, but it doesn't fit straight over the fuselage without flexing it. In other words, there's a foam piece right in here and on this side, and if you put the landing gear straight on, it doesn't fit. So what you have to do is push both wheels together, which opens up the base and allows it to slide on. You can kind of rock it on one side and then push it over the other side. But trying to put it straight down, straight on, it just won't fit. So you have to flex these together, and then you can get it to fit okay. Once it's on, it's fine, fits well, looks good. The bottom wing attachment is a little bit odd. It has these plastic posts right here, and then you have this little metal wire hook, and then it screws in right there. And when I first put the bottom wing on, this plastic post was not long enough to reach through the wing, but these can be twisted on and off, so you can untwist it and lengthen it out, and then it will fit. And then you just put this little metal wire piece through here and screw it on. So once you figure out the length you need for these, get them down just as close to the bottom wing as possible, and then put your hook in and screw it in. Even if you don't trim the elevator for some down elevator, you probably still will need to adjust your clevis to get the elevator level. It's not going to be in the right spot, but you just twist it on or twist it off in order to get the elevator where you want it. The wing struts go on with a little plastic hook that pops into the base on the bottom of the wing. And so, you know, I put the strut on by just putting it like this and then just lifting it up and popping it in. It does take some force though, and the one thing I'll say is don't use your other hand to stabilize the plane by pinching it. Use the flat palm of your hand underneath it to support the plane, and that way you won't press into the foam and cause some dents, because it does take some force to get this in, but once it pops in, it's easy enough. And then once you have those in place, you put these little metal wires through everything to lock the top wing in place, and that really wasn't that difficult. Everything has to be kind of fit snug, but those went in pretty easy. Anyway, that's how it goes together. The assembly is pretty easy, but there are those few little sticky points there. Kind of a strange way to mount the bottom wing. But once you get it figured out, it actually goes together just fine, and the end result is a pretty nice looking model.